You wake up early, you work 8, 10, maybe 12 hours a day. You do everything they told you was right. You went to school, you got the job, you pay your taxes. And yet, at the end of the month, the math simply doesn't add up. Money hits your account. Within 48 hours, it vanishes. Rent, bills, insurance, debt, leaving you with nothing but a suffocating feeling that you are running on a treadmill, running as fast as you can, but staying in the exact same place. Let me tell you an uncomfortable truth. You are not failing because you are lazy. You are not failing because you are incompetent. You are failing because the game was designed for you to lose. Modern society doesn't need slaves and chains anymore. Chains are expensive. Chains cause rebellions. Chains require guards. Instead, the modern system created a much more elegant solution: debt. Because a person who is trapped in a cycle of paying the next bill just to survive is the perfect slave. They will accept any salary. They will tolerate any boss. They will endure any routine. And most importantly, they will never ever have the time or the energy to question the world around them. Today, we are dismantling the invisible mechanism that keeps your mind locked in poverty, and I will show you exactly how to flip the board. Think about this for a moment. If money is just a piece of paper or a digital number on a screen, why does the entire human race chase it as if it were the only source of oxygen on Earth? Because the architects of the modern system realized something profound. The easiest way to control a population is to artificially inflate the cost of basic survival. They increase the price of your food. They skyrocket the cost of your housing. They manipulate the price of your energy while keeping your wages stagnant, frozen in time. This isn't an accident. This isn't a mistake by the government. This is deliberate economic engineering. If you are always desperate, you are always compliant. But the trap goes deeper. To ensure that you never save a single dollar, they use the most advanced artificial intelligence, the algorithms, the social media feeds, to bomb your brain with artificial desires. They make you believe that you need the next phone, the luxury car, the designer clothes, not because those items have value, but because they promise you social validation. They make you feel like you need to look rich just to feel human. Let's look at the neurochemical level. Every time you feel that sudden, burning urge to buy something you cannot afford, that is not your conscious choice. That is a dopamine hack. Corporations spend billions of dollars studying the primitive human brain. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors associated status with survival. The leader of the tribe had the best shelter, the best food. If you had no status, you died. Today, the system has weaponized that ancient instinct. They don't sell you a product. They sell you a temporary escape from your own reality. When you swipe your credit card for a luxury item, you are not buying a possession. You are renting the respect of strangers for 30 days until the next billing cycle arrives. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. The pleasure of the purchase lasts for minutes, but the labor required to pay for it lasts for months. You are trading your literal life force, hours of your youth, to buy things you don't need, with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even like. Look closely at how wealth is actually distributed. There is a massive invisible transfer of energy happening every single day, from the bottom of the pyramid to the top. When you take out a loan for a lifestyle you can't afford, you are entering a contract of voluntary extraction. The interest rate on your debt is not just a fee. It is a percentage of your future freedom being drained away. The system feeds on your exhaustion. A tired population is a safe population. An exhausted worker does not start a business. An exhausted worker does not read philosophy. An exhausted worker does not build assets. An exhausted worker comes home, clicks on a streaming service, numbs their mind with cheap entertainment, buys a fast food meal, and goes to sleep, only to repeat the cycle the next morning. You have been conditioned to view your salary as a reward. It is not a reward. It is the minimum amount of maintenance required to keep the machine running. It is just enough food and shelter to ensure you show up to work again on Monday. Now, let us look at the minds that actually control the flow of capital. The elite do not play the game of consumerism. They know a secret that the middle class completely ignores. The most valuable asset on this planet is not gold, it is not Bitcoin, and it is not real estate. The absolute highest form of currency is time. Time is the only resource that is truly finite. You can always make another dollar, but you can never, ever manufacture another second. The masses spend their time to get money, to buy things. The wealthy spend their money to buy time, to build assets. When a multimillionaire looks at a luxury item, they don't calculate the price in cash. They calculate it in independence. They ask, if I buy this, how many hours of my freedom am I sacrificing? The false rich buy things to project status. The truly wealthy remain invisible. They dress plainly. They drive ordinary cars. They live below their means because their ego doesn't need validation from the crowd. Their focus is entirely on buying back their days, buying their right to say no to anyone at any time. This trap is not just financial, it is biological. Chronic financial stress literally rewires the human brain. When you live with the constant underlying fear of not being able to pay your rent or buy your food, your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Your brain enters a permanent state of fight or flight. In this state, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for long-term planning, logic, and strategic thinking, essentially shuts down. Your brain forces you to focus only on immediate survival. This is why the system keeps you broke. Because if you are trapped in survival mode, you cannot think 5 years ahead. You cannot plan an exit strategy. You are forced to make short-term, desperate decisions, which inevitably leads to more debt and more dependency. Poverty is an engineered psychological state. The moment you realize that your stress is a tool used to keep you paralyzed is the moment you can begin to break the spell. To break out of this matrix, you must execute a complete shift in your psychological wiring. You must declare war on the system's expectations. The Primal Capital mentality requires 2 non-negotiable rules starting today. Rule number 1. The 2-week sieve. Before you make any purchase that is not essential for your immediate survival, you must wait exactly 14 days. Do not buy the item. Do not put it on credit. If after 2 weeks, the intense urge to buy it has completely faded, you didn't need the item. It was just the marketing system trying to harvest your dopamine. You just won that battle. You kept your energy. Rule number 2. Build in the shadows. Learn the art of becoming wealthy in absolute silence. Do not announce your plans. Do not post your progress on social media. Do not try to show your friends that you are doing better. When you don't need to prove your worth to the world, you strip the system of its power over you. Let your investments grow in the dark. Let your skills sharpen in secret. The machine wants your attention. It wants your clicks. It wants your compliance. Your greatest act of rebellion is to become wealthy, silent, and entirely self-sufficient. The door to the cage is open. It has always been open. But the system has spent your entire life convincing you that the walls are real. They told you that security is found in a steady job, while they inflate away your purchasing power. They told you that success is a bigger house, while they lock you into a 30-year mortgage. They told you to follow the crowd, while the crowd is marching straight off a cliff. Stop playing their game. Stop measuring your value by the things you own, and start measuring it by the days you truly control. The era of your voluntary slavery ends the moment you decide to stop participating in your own extraction. If you are ready to stop looking rich and actually become free, if you are ready to learn the cold, hidden rules of capital that they never taught you in school, subscribe to Primal Capital. We don't buy the illusion, we buy the reality. I will see you at the next level.